So, hey everyone, this is Dr. Kazi again, and I hope that you all had good time this week. And our presentation today is about enhancing motivation, engagement, and learning through social interactions in online course. This presentation is based on the book titled Designing the Online Learning Experience by Concession and Horace, the second version 2023. So the learning objectives for this presentation is that by the end of the presentation, you should be able to describe why social interactions matter. Also, you should be able to describe various types of social interactions, as well as elaborate at least 4 factors influencing social interactions. Also, you should be able to describe at least 10 strategies for integrating social interactions into learning experience design. And these are the key guiding questions for this presentation. So I'm trying to answer these guiding questions. How can a positive climate be set through social interaction? Talking of online courses. And also, how can social interactions create emotional connections? Another question is, how can personalized communication be conveyed through social interactions? Another question is, how can learners be engaged in deep learning through social interactions? And finally, how can learners involvement through social interactions enhance the flow of the course? Starting with why social interactions matters. Contrary to the face-to-face course environment, in an online learning environment, it is more challenging to involve learners based on the fact that instructor and learners are not located in one location. I mean, they are not physically in one classroom. Now, managing interaction in this situation is challenging. And why interaction matters on online learning environment? They help or they play a vital role in learners' satisfaction and also learner persistence in the online learning environment. Another reason is that active online social interactions between learners and instructor and among learners enrich motivation and achievement in the course. Social interactions in an online course should be intentional and should be designed to help learners to build active social connections. Sorry. Now let us see types of social interactions. There are several types of social interactions, but these are the major interactions in the online learning instruction environment. The first interaction type is the learner and instructor interaction. This is the interaction between a learner or a group of learner and the instructor. The interaction also can happen among learners. In terms of form, interactions can be formal or informal. Formal social interaction can happen during synchronous as well as asynchronous class discussions and chat. Formal instruction also can happen, formal interactions can also happen through email communication which provide guidance on assignments or clarification on any course or class content. Informal social interactions may be also synchronous or asynchronous in a non-class related platform. But for both formal and informal social interactions depend on learners' motivation, engagement, and presence. I mean, they need to be motivated and engaged to participate, as well as ready to be present and participating as active participants. Social interaction also can be synchronous or asynchronous, as I mentioned, and as I have also explained. Now, there are also several factors which influence the design of social interactions in online learning environment. Some of these factors are as following. One of the factors is that learning objective which shapes social interaction. Learning objectives gives purpose for achieving various social interactions. So the learning objectives, the way they are stated, they help learners to know the purpose of the kind of social interaction they will have in a specific session or in a specific week. Another factor is intimacy and immediacy. These also affect social interaction. When we talk of intimacy, is the feeling of close connection among participants. And this can be achieved through the expression of emotion or feelings with others. Regarding immediacy, this can be accomplished by the timing of responses provided to maybe discussion question or any communication which responses are expected. Another factor affecting or influencing social interaction is technology. Social interactions on the online learning environment depends on the kind and characteristics of technology used. For example, there are technology which allows synchronous interaction, but there are technology which allows asynchronous interaction. So the kind of technology here shape the way participants interact on the online learning environment. Another factor is that social interactions attributes influence learners' motivation and engagement. Motivation and engagement are influenced by social interactions attributes such as the type of and structure of interaction, as well as the timing of communication and the class size. How big is the class? How many participants you have in the class? And still, another factor which influence social interactions, learners' characteristics. Learners' characteristics here can include age of the learners, prior knowledge, their culture and ethnicity. All these can affect social interactions on the online learning environment. For example, the age of the learner. Younger learners tend to be very active and willing to share their ideas or their work in online platform, whereas older or adult learners tend to be reserved. They are not so open and willing to share their ideas or to interact in the online learning environment. And regarding prior knowledge, learners with a good prior knowledge on a topic, they can be active participating in a topic they have prior knowledge on because they have something to say on that topic. They are knowledgeable, or they have at least the basic knowledge regarding that topic. So that encourages them to participate in social interactions through, for example, discussion question as a class. Now, designing online social interactions need some strategies. for course designers and educators, they need to implement some strategies to be able to create effective social interactions into learning experience. Now, in their book, Designing the Online Learning Experience, Doctors Concesio and Horace categorize strategies for integrating social interactions into 5 categories. One of these categories is set the stage for positive climate. These are strategies which like create a conducive, positive climate for learners to participate. Another category of strategy is strategies which create emotional connections. And another category is strategies which encourage the use of personalized communication. And category number 4 include strategies which help to promote deep learning through social engagement. Category number 5 includes strategies which help building involvement into the flow of the course. More details on each of these strategies, more details on strategies under each of these categories will be provided on the following slides. Starting with the first category of strategy for creating social interactions, strategies which set the stage for positive climate. One of the strategy under this category is sharing personal and professional stories. Sharing, for example, an instructor sharing a video which includes a short bio, educational background, and teaching experience can help to set a tone for a positive climate. And also this video can help to create intimacy and a feeling that the instructor is a real person. Another strategy under this category is a strategy of ensuring that learner understand that learning is a group responsibility. Online learning is a shared responsibility between learners and instructor, but also among learners. This should be clear from the beginning of the class to encourage participation of each learner in the class. Another strategy which helps to set a stage for positive climate is using pedagogical wrappers. Pedagogical wrappers can help in a form of learning objectives, can happen in a form of learning objectives or guidelines which are provided in course syllabus or provided on weekly modules. This can help learners to know that what is expected of them and what they should expect from the course or a weekly module. Now, another strategy here, last one for this category, is the level of instructor involvement. You should be surprised to find that for online course social interactions, the lower the level of instructors' involvement in a discussion, the higher the level of learners' participation in that discussion. Studies have found that to be the case. So, under this category, these are few or some of the strategies instructors and educators can use to create or to facilitate social interactions in the online course. The second category of strategy, these are strategies which fall under the category of which help to create emotional connections. Some strategies under this category includes intuitive learner interface. To support social interaction, online course interface should be easily navigated and should contain engaging instructional messages. The second strategy under this category is facilitated or guided communication. Facilitated communication provide guidance and mentoring to individuals or whole class to ensure or to enhance instructor-learner interactions. So these are guidelines which help learners to keep engaged, emotionally connected in social interactions. And the last strategy recommended on this category is logical organizational communication. Logical communication helps to provide cause information and netiquette, and also help to clarify issues and provide information which helps learners to know how to move and navigate throughout the course and different modules. So it's a matter of logistics in the course. Looking now on another category, the use of personalized communications. Some strategy for encouraging or facilitating the use of personalized communication includes photos or graphics for identifying participants. This can happen by encouraging students to upload their photos on a learning management system such as Canvas profiles, which is a big help in facilitating personalized communication. It helps other participants to know the person behind the communication, the postie. They can see the person, the appearance of that person, and helps them to connect in that online learning environment by seeing the photo of that person. Another strategy here is having shared beliefs or values. Sharing beliefs and values helps to humanize communication and also create personal connections when participants realize that they share something in common. So if people realize that they have something in common that help them to be more socially connected, and they can also help to interact more in that way. Last strategy for this category is acknowledging others by name. When, for example, responding on discussion post, mentioning the name of the person you're trying to respond to by name, this helps to create intimacy among those participating and also encourage more social interactions in that way. The next category is the category of strategies which help to promote deep learning through social engagement. Some strategies for promoting deep learning through social interactions include instructor-facilitated discussion. For this case, instructor can initiate a discussion by posting a challenging but manageable question to be discussed by participants. Another strategy for this category is instructor scaffolding of social interactions. Instructor can scaffold in different ways, which, for example, includes posting which help learners to get more involved or to have more curiosity in trying to understand or trying to participate in a topic. And the last strategy for this category is discussion guidelines. Setting guidelines for social interaction helps learners to know expectations for cognitive, behavioral, and social engagement in a course or in a weekly discussion. Moving forward to another category regarding building learners' involvement in the flow of the course, which is the last category for social interaction strategies. The first strategy here is having asynchronous free flow discussion. Free flow discussion topics can be set up on general areas of the course and made available as an open-ended discussion forums. So students can discuss general topics. Another strategy here is instructor having visual office hours. Visual office hours provide opportunities for learners to have one-on-one interaction with an instructor on specified hours. And finally, the last strategy here for this category is having an end of the course debriefing. End of the course debriefing helps learners to reflect on their learning experience on a course and wind up their learning journey in that course and maybe look forward to participating in another classes which may be taught by that instructor. Now, in conclusion, online course social interaction play key role in maintaining learners' motivation, intellectual curiosity, and a sense of learning community. Social interactions also help to influenced by many factors such as learning objectives, intimacy, and immediacy, technology, and the learner's characteristics. Furthermore, social interaction in online environment depends on the presence of all participants in the online course. As I mentioned earlier, this presentation is based on that book. And thank you so much for having time to participate in this presentation. Looking forward to see you in another presentation. Thank you.